Hi, Mandy Napier, Mindset for Success. Today I want to talk to you about your brain. I often think it's very overlooked in the way that we look after it, yet it's probably our most important asset. We have unlimited potential and it's behind absolutely everything we do. So I'm going to share 3 things that you can do to look after your brain a little better, which will help your well-being and it will also help your performance and productivity. Number 1, make sure you fuel it well. The brain uses about 20% of the body's energy, even though it only weighs about 2%. So it's a massive organ for energy. And if you've ever got tired in the middle of the afternoon, quite often when we're tired or fatigued, we get either decision fatigue, our brain gets tired, and we can fall back into our less than optimal habits, which is often what happens. So make sure you fuel your brain well. It's important to drink lots of water and drink it regularly throughout the day just to keep your brain functioning optimally, and you want to fuel it with good foods, good nutritious foods. Sounds obvious. Sunflower seeds are very useful when you're working, to take a few every hour because they instantly turn into glycogen, which gives great instant energy for your brain. So that's a good form of carbohydrates. Bananas are also good. They help increase serotonin. Vitamin C is good for keeping the cortisol levels down. Fish is good for brain health. Foods with magnesium, and you'll be glad to hear that dark chocolate has been shown to be good for the brain too. So a good healthy diet, and don't put too many toxins in processed foods particularly, and alcohol and other drugs. So that's the first thing, fueling your brain well. The next one is to give it a bit of a rest. You see, because our brain uses a lot of energy, we can't keep working non-stop. Neuroscience research has shown that optimally, about every 20 minutes, we need about a 20-second break where we just daydream, think about something else, just move around, stop what we're doing, which literally helps re-energize the brain and helps us then keep working for longer periods of time. The other way to give yourself a bit of a rest is yawning is the fastest way to calm your nervous system down. So if you're feeling a bit stressed or overwhelmed, simply stop and take 2 or 3 mindful, slow yawns. When you add some slow, gentle breathing, not only do you give your nervous system a rest, which means your brain will function better, you also help your heart to become coherent. And your heart controls your autonomic nervous system. So it literally switches off the stress chemicals. And when your heart is coherent, your brain will be coherent too. So taking rest is also very important. The third thing to do is you must nurture your brain. And when I say nurture it, not only we think about sleep, which is so important, be really careful what you say to yourself. One of the biggest problems I see in my work is people who are unkind to themselves, thinking negatively or speaking negatively about themselves. If you do it for no one else, do it for your brain. Imagine that your brain is your best friend, and the way that you speak to yourself is the way that you are speaking to your brain. Speak kindly and stop beating yourself up. Dr. Armand from the Brain Clinic has shown that negative thinking impacts health negatively. It has been shown that it increases the risk of heart problems and even one small contributing factor that might make up Alzheimer's. So make sure that you speak kindly. So I hope those were helpful. Fuel yourself well to look after your brain. Make sure you give yourself some rests when you're working. So you rest your brain, just short rests, yawning, daydreaming. And thirdly, make sure that you speak kindly to yourself and that your thoughts are generally towards what you want and you interrupt any negative thinking. And there you have it. Those are my 3 tips for looking after your brain. I guarantee if you work in these 3 areas, small incremental improvements, you will increase your productivity and your well-being and many other things in your life. Thank you. Mandy Napier, Mindset for Success.